Hello everyone, my name is Samdan Sherpa and I am representative of Adventure Thamserku Treks and Expedition Nepal. Adventure Thamserku Treks and Expedition was established in 2000. Since 2000, Adventure Thamserku Treks and Expedition has been organizing different kind of trekkings and expedition events in Nepal, Tibet, India and different part of Bhutan. Nepal has been gifted by nature. It's a very beautiful country and we have many of the mountains which are above 8,000 meters high, and even the highest mountain of the world, Mount Everest, is in Nepal. And many tourists come to visit Nepal every year to see these mountains. Not just the mountains, even the people here are very social and very polite in terms of dealing with the clients or in terms of dealing with the foreigners. So I think that is why we have lots of foreigners coming to Nepal every year. As a trekking and expedition company, we partner with different other agencies around the world so that we can have more international partners and more tourists coming here in Nepal. Among them, Dream Challengers is one of them, and Adventure Thamserku Treks has been working as a ground handler for them. As a ground handler, we basically organize every part of the trek here in Nepal. So we do everything, including the airport pickup, organizing the treks, providing professional guides and Sherpas required for the trip, organizing domestic flights, arranging the hotels and everything. Unfortunately, in April 25th, 2015, we had an earthquake of 7.8 Richter scale in Nepal. It destroyed many government buildings, many schools, many private homes, but only 3 out of 35 trekking destinations in Nepal were hampered by the earthquake. 1 out of 8 World Heritage sites was damaged by the earthquake, but they have already been restored or they have already been safe enough for the tourists to revisit. So I guess tourists can still come to Nepal and visit Nepal and enjoy the beauty. Recently, a survey had been done by a group of professional geologists, earthquake experts, and they said Annapurna region, Everest region, and the other regions of Nepal are as safe to travel as it was before the earthquake. Of course, the few weeks after the earthquake were difficult days for Nepal, but now I think we have settled. Kathmandu, the capital city, was considered one of the most affected regions, but it's doing fine now, and so are the other affected areas. Actually, what I think is Nepal needs more tourists to come to stabilize the economy and to accelerate the normalization. The hotel in Kathmandu that Adventure Thamserku uses regularly for its clients' accommodation is also absolutely safe, and so are the other hotels in our trekking routes. I believe traveling with Adventure Thamserku in Nepal, our clients will feel they are in safe hands. Many tourists have visited Nepal after the earthquake, and Kathy Owen is one of them. She had been to Nepal twice before the earthquake, and now she has just finished her trek in Lower Everest region, which is more remote and rural when compared to the other normal trekking destinations of Nepal. So let's hear it from her on her experience from the trip. So Kathy, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling good.
So how was your trek?
The trek, it was excellent. It really was. I went to some rural villages that were off the beaten track. The tracks were very good, very safe. Didn't have a problem at all.
So you must have heard a lot about Nepal back when you were in UK when there was an earthquake in Nepal. So what difference did you find hearing about Nepal in the media and coming here in Nepal and seeing the situation yourself?
I think sometimes in the media they put things there to generate concern. I wasn't concerned at all. I knew there was an earthquake, and there is evidence of the earthquake, without a doubt. There was landslides and buildings are damaged. You can't get away from that. But I think you can go anywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. You can go anywhere, and you can be. I was stuck in the lift today, and the electric went out. Mm-hmm. So I'm not a worried person though, but a lot of people could be worried, and I could understand why they would be worried.
So what would you say to those people about Nepal?
I would say to them people, come to Nepal. It is a beautiful country, whichever region you choose. If you choose to do Poon Hill, it's for the, it's a starter if you like, it is. It's a starter. Or if you're the more ardent of trekker, go to base camp. Or if you want to do some fundraising and go to the schools. But the guides are perfectly safe, they're knowledgeable, they're trustworthy, and I've booked through Dream Challenges, and I've also booked independent. So to me, Dream Challenges needs to get back here, and they need to get back here fast.
Listening to you, what I can figure out is Nepal was safe back then when there was no earthquake in Nepal, and it is still safe after the earthquake. Am I right?
100%. Yeah, 100%. If I hadn't seen on the media about the earthquake, I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have guessed there was an earthquake that happened. The tracks are well established. There's no danger on the tracks at all. There isn't. The bridges are safe. Even the wooden bridges are safe. It's not dangerous. You've got to watch what you're doing, but any person what goes trekking will tell you that. Have the right gear. You don't go in flip-flops up the Himalayas, but it's safe. It's perfectly safe and perfectly knowledgeable. These guides, they're pretty cool.
It's your third time in Nepal. So what brought you back in Nepal for the third time?
It's like a drug, really, isn't it? It's an addiction.
Okay.
I like the Himalayas. And while the love affair with Nepal continues, I will continue to come back.
Thank you very much for that. And you heard it from Kathy, one of our regular clients, who had recently come to Nepal after the recent earthquake of 7.8 Richter scale, and she and many other tourists who are in Nepal still feel safe here in Nepal. Thank you. Nepal is a multicultural, multi-ethnic, a multilingual country. We observe a lot of festivals and events. In the last week of August or the first week of September, based on the lunar calendar, people in Kathmandu, mostly the Newa ethnic groups, they celebrate a festival called Gai Jatra. Gai actually means cow and Jatra means festival. The present form of Gai Jatra is a happy blending of antiquity and the medieval era. According to the traditions, since the time immemorial, every family who has lost one relative during the past year must participate in a procession through the streets of Kathmandu leading a cow. If a cow is unavailable, then a boy is dressed like a cow and is considered a fair substitute. According to the historical evidence, when the king Pratap Malla of Malla dynasty lost his son, his wife or the queen remained grief-stricken. The king was very sad to see the condition of his beloved wife, and he actually wanted her to be happy. So, to lessen the grief of his wife, he announced that anyone who made the queen laugh would be rewarded adequately. During the festival of Gai Jatra, the cow procession was brought before the grief-stricken queen. Then the participants began to ridicule and befooling the important people of the society. Finally, when the social injustice or social evils were highlighted and attacked mercilessly, the queen could not help herself, so she smiled. The queen laughed, and the king instituted a tradition of including jokes, satire, mockery, and lampoon into the Gai Jatra celebration. You can enjoy different festivals in Nepal and also enjoy the beautiful sceneries. So please consider about visiting Nepal again. Thank you.